What's up? This is Trey T, and in this video, I will be talking about actors or actresses who tragically passed away early, and we really didn't get to see the full potential of how big they really could have been. And unfortunately, 3 of the 4 had their lives taken away from them at a young age. All of them are passed away before the age of 30. So I'm going to start the video off with the youngest actress who was tragically taken away. Her life was tragically taken away. Her name was Judith Barcy. Her and her mother were both had their lives taken away, ironically, by her father, and the mother's husband, while they were sleeping. If you don't remember Judith Barcy, she's born in 1978. She was in a couple of episodes. She was in episodes like Punky Brewster, Fatal Vision, The Tracy Ullman Show. She appeared on an episode of The Twilight Zone. You would probably mainly remember her as the voice on one of the, I think it was Ducky on The Land Before Time. And she played, I forgot the character on All Dogs Go to Heaven, but the main one in the movie, the one that was with the dog, that was living with the dogs. She did the voice of those 2 characters. And supposedly, the money that she made from her movies and TV shows, that money was used to buy her parents a house and stuff. And her father allegedly was a drunk, and he was jealous of all the money she was making. So one night, while the mother and Judith were sleeping, he went into their rooms and took both of their lives away with a gun. And then he ended his own life. But yes, that's what happened to Judith Barcy. She died at 10 years old. Next on the list, we have Merlin Santana. Merlin Santana was a young and up-and-coming actor in the in the late 80s and 90s. You probably, if you watch The Cosby Show, he was on The Cosby Show later on in life. He appeared in a lot of TV shows. He appeared in way more TV shows than movies. But I just feel like if he would have been around longer, he would have definitely been in more movies. He was born in 1976 and his life was taken away from him. Allegedly, some woman lied on him and said he touched her or tried to talk to her or something. And then the boyfriend got jealous. And then he went and he got a gun and he ended Merlin Santana's life. But Merlin Santana was only 26 years old. He was on Moesha. He was on Hanging with Mr. Cooper. Under One Roof. He appeared in Law and Order in 1991. He was on JAG, NYPD. He appeared on Half and Half in 2002. He appeared in a couple of movies. He was Stanley on The Cosby Show. But I definitely feel like Merlin Santana would have had a super big career had he lived to pursue it. Next on the list, we have Mr. Introduce a Little Anarchy, Heath Ledger. Heath Ledger was born in 1979 and tragically passed away in 2008 while shooting the legendary movie The Dark Knight when he played the Joker. So with Heath Ledger, he appeared on some TV shows in the 90s. But the movies, Heath Ledger would have been I feel like Heath Ledger would have been so big because he was already becoming a big star after appearing in The Patriot with Mel Gibson. And I remember A Knight's Tale was one of my favorite Heath Ledger movies when he was a knight jousting and stuff. Then, of course, The Dark Knight is in my top 5 favorite movies of all time. Heath Ledger's performance as the Joker will forever, to me, will forever go down as one of the greatest performances ever. Unfortunately, Heath Ledger passed away from an overdose of pills while they were filming The Dark Knight. Like, he was a method actor, so he wanted to, like, really get into the Joker character. So, like, he isolated himself. He, like, didn't sleep and stuff. Like, because he really wanted to focus in on becoming the Joker. And unfortunately, that actually ended up more than likely what ended up him passing away. But he was able to film one other movie before he passed away, but he ended up winning an award for The Dark Knight for his performance in The Dark Knight. But I just feel like Heath Ledger could have probably been in like 40 movies had he not tragically passed away from an overdose. And last but not least on the list, we have the Don Illuminati, Mr. Tupac Shakur. Tupac was already one of the biggest rappers in the game when his life was ended. Tupac was already big. He would have just been bigger. And then he started doing more movies and stuff. By the time he died, Tupac had already been in like 7 movies. And his was just gonna get bigger because reportedly the role that Samuel L. Jackson played in the Star Wars movie, the Star Wars producer, George Lucas, said he wanted that role to go to Tupac. He was looking at Tupac to play that role. I think it was, Mace Windu or whatever. I never seen any of the Star Wars movies, so forgive me if I'm pronouncing the name wrong. Tupac was supposed to play the role that Tyrese ended up playing in Baby Boy. The role that Tyrese Gibson ended up playing, that was meant for the director said he wanted Tupac to play that role. That's why if you watch Baby Boy, it's a big poster of Tupac in Tyrese's bedroom in that movie. If you ever watch Menace to Society, Tupac was supposed to play Sharif in that, but he got into it with the director. They got into an altercation on set, so Tupac got fired from that role. Tupac was supposed to be in Higher Learning, the movie with Ice Cube and Lawrence Fishburne and Omar Epps and Tyra Banks. He was supposed to be in that movie, but then he got arrested. So the movie, they didn't want to fund him and stuff for after he got arrested. But yeah, Tupac would have been not only one of the biggest rappers. Tupac's been dead for 30 years almost, and still one of the biggest rappers of all time. You still hear them talking about Tupac and playing Tupac music. But acting wise, Tupac would have been like what Will Smith is and Denzel Washington. I feel like Tupac would have been that also. But like I said, unfortunately, Tupac's passing was supposedly he had got into a fight with somebody at the Mike Tyson game before the fight or after the fight or something, and then later on that night, the people that he got in the fight, the dude that he got in the fight with, they're the ones that end up pulling up by his car, him and Suge Knight, and end up shooting inside the car allegedly. And that's supposedly what happened to Tupac. There's been rumors going around for almost 25 years that Tupac faked his death and he's still alive and he in Puerto Rico or Cuba or whatever, but that's no. But anyway, so to summarize, 3 of the 4 people unfortunately had their lives taken away from them by someone else. Judith Barzee, Tupac Shakur, Merlin Santana, they all tragically passed away by the hands of another person. And Heath Ledger tragically overdosed on pills while filming The Dark Knight. But let me know in the comment section if there are any other actors or actresses that you feel like could have had a way bigger career had they not passed away at a young age. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel, like and comment. More videos coming soon. Trey T out. Peace.